What's going on, DC? Wanted to quickly go over and showcase one of my favorite iconic powers in the game. One of the most useful iconics and slept on in the game as well. The Whiplash Payload. This ability became one of my favorites right away before I even was looking at what kind of damage it was doing, just simply for the fact that it allows you to be completely maneuverable while you're doing the combo. And that, especially in in-game content where there's mechanics flying all over the place, stuff on the ground you can't be standing in that spawns at a moment's notice, being maneuverable is huge for your survivability and your success as a DPS. There's a couple other options that people tend to go for over this ability as far as ranged DPS is concerned. One of the most notable, especially with the release of the water power array augment, is going to be Tsunami Strikes. And you know, as far as Tsunami Strikes is concerned, it does really good damage at range. Probably one of the best in the game as far as ranged DPS is concerned. But the numbers are honestly about the same as Whiplash Payload. The drawback to it, though, is that you're stationary while you're doing the combo. And like I stated, being stationary in in-game content can get you killed and get your team killed for that matter. Especially with certain mechanics we have now. So that already, in my mind, gives Whiplash Payload that edge that it needs. Another really cool thing about Whiplash Payload is its AoE ability. Of course, with Whiplash Payload, the idea is to find a target, preferably the tankiest target in the room. In boss room scenarios, obviously, that's going to be the boss. What's going to happen here is, upon activation, it's going to place one bomb on that target. And you can see that bomb right there. And then from there, you can stack up to a max of 3 bombs on that target. So 1, 2, that'll be the other 2 bombs that I need. And then from there to activate, all you do is hit your range ability. And it'll do that big burst of damage for you. So to stack it up fully, it'd be activate, press square 2 more times, finish it off with triangle. The really cool part about it here is even if I'm focused on this guy right here, I got, let's say I'm in a room that's heavily cluttered with ads, focused on this guy, I'm still hitting all this stuff around me. The range from the AoE ability, although it's not anything notable, is insane. It's damn near hitting everything around me. So that's another really great benefit to that power. Another cool thing about it is I'm not stuck in this AoE animation. I can 1000% clip out of the animation with a different ability like Luminous Beam if I'm trying to hit that single target with a little oomph. I can go into in most cases I'll have Aquatic Arsenal right here, and I can go into that and go back and forth, and I'll kind of showcase a little cool, not really mechanic, but tech, I guess you could say, with Whiplash and Aquatic Arsenal here in this video. But it gives me that versatility I'm looking for, to be maneuverable, still be doing comparable DPS to whatever I'm focused on, and all in all, just a fun power to use, and sounds cool as well. I really enjoy the sound effects for it. Now that I've gone over what some of the pros are to using it, I'll go over and quickly showcase some of the damage comparisons, specifically with Aquatic Arsenal and Tsunami Strikes. First off, I'll start with Tsunami Strikes here. I'll do one full combo on this group of ads here, and I'll do the same with Whiplash immediately after. So one combo with Tsunami Strikes. Let's see what that gives me. $4.6 mil there. Okay, so not bad. Take a look here with Whiplash Payload. Oh, and Razor just cooked me there. Well, we're gonna have to wait. Let that pop up on the screen. Okay. 25 million! Nah, I'm just kidding. Alright, let's try it again here. Alright, so one combo from Whiplash Payload. Remember, it was 4.6 for Tsunami Strikes. 4.7. So literally 100k better than Tsunami Strikes. Okay? So off rip, that can pretty much show you right there that if you have to decide between the two, Whiplash is going to outperform in more ways than one. It's going to do slightly better damage, and it allows you to be maneuverable, whereas Tsunami Strikes, like I say, keeps you stationary. So you can pretty much just get rid of that out of your loadout completely if you have access to this iconic. Another thing I like to do with my builds, for any power that I am, realistically, I really try hard not to have different loadouts saved for range scenarios versus melee scenarios. I like to try to incorporate both of those aspects of DPSing into one universal build, if you will. And Whiplash Payload allows me to do that. There's a lot of times where you're in content that you have windows of opportunity where you're able to get in the pocket and start doing melee damage. And I guess I should say, you know, obviously right now in the current state of the game, there is no range loadout you can come up with that's gonna outperform what you can do melee. It's been kind of going that direction over the last little while now, but it's really at that point now, especially with Aquatic Arsenal coming into the mix for everybody. So I like to be able to keep that available to me whenever I need it, for those brief moments where I'm able to get in the pocket and start doing absurd damage. But Whiplash Payload allows me to have that versatility that I'm looking for with one solid loadout. So, for example, in scenarios where you're in the pocket doing damage, let's say you're beating up the Sunstone in the Sunstone Refinery raid, and you're like, oh shit, here comes an orbital. I can start marching myself back, and you know, already at this distance, if I'm this distance from the boss, I have enough time to react and move quickly with a roll if I need to really get out of dodge, or I can just kind of gauge where the direction of that orbital is going and perhaps get back in the pocket. This is where that one mechanic that the tech I was referring to comes into play. This allows me to do something I like to call, I've been saying it with my friends a lot, is the moonwalk ability. So exactly what that looks like is I'm moonwalking, okay, I get back in the pocket. Moonwalk, okay, get back in the pocket. Aquatic Arsenal constantly marches you forward, and it's basically the same amount of distance that you're going to lose from the boss while you're doing your combo. Here, you'll gain back with a full combo of Aquatic Arsenal. So if I'm starting here, going backwards, Aquatic Arsenal is going to get me right back there. So I'm playing this space here, basically. Aquatic Arsenal still does decent enough damage at range. It's not as great as being right up on him, obviously, but it's still throwing some hits out there. So in scenarios where I only need to get out of the pocket for brief moments in time, doing something like this to kind of gauge and stay close enough but far enough at the same time, out of danger, but close enough to where I can still get back into it the moment that it becomes safe. This is where that's really beneficial. Not really anything else to go over as far as it pertains to this power. I think I pretty much covered all the points that I wanted to cover with it. But yeah, hopefully this shed some light in some areas that maybe were a little gray for you. I know a lot of people have dismissed it right out the gate, but hopefully this can give you maybe a different perspective on the ability itself. If you learned anything, if you enjoyed the video, let me know down in the comments. I love seeing the feedback, whether it's positive or negative. I try to respond to everybody. I really love the interaction I've been getting on some of my more recent posts. A lot of really positive critiques and feedbacks that I've definitely taken note of. Just overall support as well. I really appreciate it, especially with me just starting out and really not knowing what I'm doing as far as content creation is concerned. So hopefully I'm putting stuff out that you guys can enjoy and learn from. That's really what I try to do. One of my favorite things to do in this game is just test things out, see what works, what doesn't, and you know, when things come out into the game that people dismiss, I like to figure out why they dismiss it and maybe why they could be wrong. In this video in particular, that just happened to be Whiplash Payload. But yeah, let me know if this is going to be something that you try to utilize in your runs, and if you do, let me know what you think. And also be looking for another video uploaded on my channel here within the next day or two. Going to be posting a nature build video, basically showcasing my take on nature and how I go about maximizing it. I've had quite a few requests on the socials as well as just in game regarding the loadout, so look forward to showing you guys that and talking to you in that video as well. Until then, see you at the top of the scoreboard and hopefully see you in the next video.